Hello, 3-year-olds that love Formula One. I'm not sure if such a person exists, but if they do, this is a toy for that person. So, Playforever, they're designed in the UK, they're made in China, and here's the UK website. This is called the Velocita. That's this line. There's 4 colorways, but the red one is called Jean, and it's 30 quid. But you can buy it cheaper on the US website if you happen to live in America. I pulled this website up because it tells you the exact dimensions, and it's supposed to weigh 180 grams. We'll have to check that. Alright, so it does say these are supposed to be inspired by 1970s Formula One cars, and I see it myself. I see it for sure. Where they may not necessarily have wings, like there's a wing, but this is like a, squished front end. Look at this, a squished front end with some brake vents and stuff. And then a lot of them have these crazy tall, intake stacks to the engine. So this is, I guess, all modern ones do now. But in the 70s, look, the head is blocking that. So not the smartest. This one doesn't even have one. It still probably has an exposed engine back there. But yeah, look at this elf here. So this could be inspiration for this design, or that Lotus and stuff. So I definitely see the design cues. Oh, there we go. Ferrari's now got the crazy tall. Oh, this actually looks, well, maybe not the front end, but this intake definitely, I think, might be what's going on here, right? All right, so it's not an exact, car. It's just inspired. So Verve is the smallest line of Playforever cars. All right, yes, that's Verve built in there. It's kind of hard to even see. That's some crazy font design. And then there's a little blurb about the brand. They've been around over 10 years. Maybe 20? I think it could be 20 years. I really like these because the quality is so impressive. I think it's because they're so simple in their shaping, but they are professionally designed. And then also nicely packaged. First, the cardboard isn't wasteful, and then they use this foam to really protect it. So that's nice. Also, paper is abrasive. It scratches paint. So this foam, I don't think will. So this is really smart, right? This is one piece of foam cut out, and it does the job of getting me the toy in good condition. Did it say 180 grams? Let's weigh this thing. 182. Yep, this scale's cheap, so it's probably wrong. Alright, I'm not going to measure it because we saw the dimensions online. Let's be a quick review. There's not much to talk about. But the proportioning of this thing is really cool. Every time I get one of these, I'm always impressed. It's the design of it. It's so simple when you look at it initially, and then you look at it more. It's actually really well thought out. Alright, so let's start at the bottom. Let's see. So we have a nice printing here of the brand, and it tells you the colorway, the series, and most importantly, tells you when it was made, 2018. Yeah, so this is pretty old now. So clearly this red part is separate from the back part, which actually might be 2 halves. So there's 3 parts to make this body up at least. It's interesting. You just don't see many cars that have a seam going this way, right? And I'm not aware of any car model kits doing that or other car toys with a break there. It's intentional. Sure, they could have probably molded this without that line, but some sort of design choice by the brand. And then you can also see the staggering of the tires is fantastic. Obviously running slicks, being an F1 car. Sorry, the camera's having a really hard time. Let me reposition more of a top-down view. It's so glossy. The camera's going crazy. Yeah, look at that. It's crazy gloss. Even the white, I think, is clear-coated. It's hard to tell, but see the sharp edge there. Okay, yeah. Those tires are really something else. They're pretty soft rubber. I can only hope that they're using some sort of rubber that doesn't crack in 10, 20 years. I've noticed in some of my 164s and 1 or 2 Chorokyus, the tires literally crack. It's disturbing, you know, because these soft rubbery products, they outgas and they get hard over time. Hopefully this will be really, you know, hopefully they're like silicone. I don't think silicone rubber goes bad. It's used for window seals. Okay, well, the side of the tire here is nice and bulging out like old school tires, or even I think modern F1 tires bulge out a lot, right? Oh, but this is interesting. What I'm touching is plastic. Only this lip right here is rubber. This is all plastic. So it's interesting how they chose to design this, because obviously they can print right on plastic and it's not going to flake off of a soft rubber. So that, but it still looks like the sidewall of an F1. And they have this little brake to separate it from the wheel, which is extremely basic. It's just literally a dish. But yeah, the simplicity of it is one of the reasons why I like this brand. They add details, they remove a lot of details, and somehow it works. So yeah, really small, the smallest tires I've ever seen. Granted, I don't have many of these things, but I intend to get one of each of their cars for sure. We have 4 stripes here, and I cannot really feel those. I'm pretty sure that's under the clear coat. It's really impressive. Okay, so the rear, you know, is obviously staggered much higher, but still, oh, super deep dish on that one. Look at that. That is a deep dish wheel. And again, it's really cool. I couldn't tell in the photos that this was plastic, but it makes sense. Yeah, so they have their own brand of tires, I guess, called Sunray. Not sure the story behind that. Please leave a comment if you know why they're called Sunrays. So from the side view, the way this helmet is blended into the intake stack and also the cockpit, it's literally hanging over the edge of the cockpit. It's quite interesting, you know. It's not, they didn't build up a wide cockpit and embed it in. It's literally the head. It's just floating. It's obviously totally unrealistic and it looks ridiculous, but I like it. It's like sci-fi almost. Like maybe a robot head is controlling this car. Like maybe this is like a futuristic retro EV F1 car and robots control them, right? It's fascinating. Okay, it's nice that it gives some indication of something that would have a face, and then that's super chrome plastic. Yeah, the thing's all plastic except for the axles, by the way. It's ABS, but thick ABS, so durable, because it has CE approval. Look at how well, I mean, look at the reflection. It's a serious reflection. Okay, so yeah, this is neat. It tells you the Velocita, and you got that brake there, that design choice. And this Velocita, I'm pretty sure it's under the clear coat. I'm gonna get in really close here. See, it's not on the surface, it's under the clear coat. Very impressive. Not many toys, or at least most of the car toys I review, not many of them have the graphics under a clear coat so they don't get scratched off. It's really interesting. The wing, it's not a separate piece, you know. It's just like, yeah, there must be some 70s cars that did that, I would assume, right? And so that split goes all the way up to here. Yeah, interesting. And then you have a number 6 on this side. And again, I can't feel it. I'm pretty sure it's under the clear coat. And it's also on this side. Some of their cars, they don't have graphics on both sides, but this one actually is mirrored. So that's nice. Okay, and then I like the little brake intakes there. It looks pretty deep. Yeah, that's actually quite deep. So it's interesting they're able to get that to mold properly. There's no weird warping of the plastic. It's just whoever designs their molds for is really good. The way they had the plastic flow. I instinctually wish there was some sort of recess here with some vents or something, you know, for the radiator coolers. But again, it's a design choice to have it just smooth. And how the cockpit just kicks up like this. It's really interesting. Yeah, the 6 again, I can't feel that at all, so it's under the clear coat. I don't know if it's a decal or a tampo print or 2 tampo prints. Hard to say. I almost feel like it is tampo printed. But Okay, and then, yeah, if you really like rolling models, or it's not a model, it's a toy. It's designed specifically to roll. It does because it has thick axles, 3 millimeters. If I had to guess, based off the first one I measured, I opened up and measured that first one. Although it does make a little squeaking noise. It's no ball bearings. It's just a big steel axle rolling against the plastic holes. But the weight of it gives it a lot of momentum, and it seems to track. It tracks very true, tracks straight, because again, there's no flex in the axles. It's just sort of moves, goes forward and back. That's it. So yeah, if you like doing that stuff, and this one's really easy to do because you can grab it up here. I also instinctively wish there's a recess here for the intake, but again, yeah, they're making design choices to make it look very simple, which it does. So it's quite interesting they actually added these two vents, but nowhere else. Well, I guess yeah, would it look okay without those vents? Probably would have. It would have been more durable, but I appreciate the vent details. So my collection is growing. So I have this Malibu, and this is inspired by, I guess, 1930s racers. And it definitely, looks it with the cigar shape and no fenders and all that stuff. And then here's a Viglietti. And so this looks like a 1950s racer to me. It looks like a 550 Spider to me. I'm also noticing these helmets, although they look similar with their slots, they're actually different molds. This one's much smaller, and the opening is much wider compared to that one. Yeah, alright, so yeah, three totally different designs for sure. Different moldings altogether, no shared parts whatsoever. Another interesting thing I've noticed is there's no nuts and bolts holding this thing together. I have a suspicion these things are ultrasonically welded. I don't think they can be glued because, again, if it's meant for a 3-year-old child, I think it would break if it was just glued together. Or possibly they're snap fit together and they're just never meant to come apart. I don't know. It's not so important, I guess, but I find the design of toys to be interesting. Alright, well, this is definitely a highlight. Every time I get one of these things, just like it's my favorite one. Right now, this is my favorite one. It's just the way they designed this. It definitely looks like a 1970s F1 car, but it's not a specific one. They're just combining some stuff. Yeah, really neat. It almost seems kind of crazy to give this to a 3-year-old child just to wreck it. I feel like these are all like art, more like art toys for adults. And I don't think that was the original intention of Playforever, but they got my money. I'm not going to play with this. It's just something cool to look at. And I appreciate the smaller size, although it's generally pretty big for my collecting habits, but sometimes you got to get big things to get cool things. Okay, well, anyhow, I'm going to get some other ones in, so if you enjoy this sort of stuff, stay tuned, and thanks for checking this out.